Welcome to the RadioU podcast for Friday. We finally hit the weekend and we're recording here in the dark.
Well, it's not totally the dark.
No.
It's lit by the love of the Christmas tree lights
Yeah.
that we have in the
Spirit.
room. I'm sorry if you can't see that.
Yeah. We can't film this way. It would be too dark.
No, I meant you. I'm sorry you can't see the love from the lights.
The Christmas
You just call
spirit,
it dark.
Hudson.
I've got some Christmas spirit. Mm-hmm. Once I had those Little Debbie Christmas tree cake ice cream.
Hey, I was ready for Christmas when I ate those.
right.
If that's what Christmas is, I want it now.
Well, in this podcast, I think we get in it too soon. Like we should have waited till next week. But we try the Gingerbread Cookie Kit Kats, and they're like, I'll wait. I won't give too much away. But let's just say we weren't ready. We were still in love with what we ate yesterday and that food fight that it might change our feelings towards this item today, but you'll get a food fight in here.
I don't want to pat myself on the back, but I feel that I summed it up really nicely when I said it's like playing a football game the day after the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Like how can you even do it?
Who'd even show up for that?
Yeah, you need some time. You need some space.
Well, if you want to watch our food fight from today, you can watch it at RadioU Riot on Facebook and our YouTube channel when you're done with the podcast today.
Yeah, we also talked about how my dog, Jim, just won't stop embarrassing me in public.
Here's a new one.
Yeah.
The continued bad behavior has escalated to just public embarrassment. So we go to the dog park every day, and he is just, he isn't a household name yet, but if we continue to go every day, when we come up, people are going to start leaving. They're going to take their dogs and be like, we're out of here.
He's bad.
He's
behaving badly.
He's behaving badly. Not like fighting, like not dog fights or anything. He's just a bad
He can't
little
control
guy.
himself.
He can't. So be ready for that nice little surprise. We also, one of my favorite parts of this show too was when you guys were going through some of the words that people don't like, and I got to hear Hudson say mansplaining and call people a boomer and just all these good little verbiage terms that I just thought were so funny to hear you guys say.
It doesn't sound right.
No.
Because that's not what we normally would say, right?
Yeah,
I guess.
It says that like a large amount of people seem to use slang is what like they basically use that as the umbrella term.
Sure.
I don't think I use a lot of slang.
But maybe it's because we're in radio.
Yeah.
And so it just kind of in radio, you're taught like to not use a lot of slang as much.
Be a little more broad with your language.
Yeah, because everybody gets offended about everything. So if you can say one word, someone's like, yeah.
Yeah.
And then the other word, you're like,
someone's like, yes.
yes.
And the other one's like, yeah, bro.
Yeah, right.
And so like, we just try to make everybody happy. And that usually is not by saying boomer. So maybe that's why.
Is that it? That's
We
the
talked
podcast?
about some other things.
Yeah.
Santa.
Okay.
He's
makes an
in there.
appearance.
We talked about how there's some short supplies of them. I tried to convince Hudson to possibly dress up as Santa this year.
I'd be happy to be a Santa.
I just want to see the beard dyed. I want to see it long. I want to see it dyed.
no,
You
I'd
just
go-
use that fake snow spray
Oh,
sort
yeah.
of thing.
There
So
you go,
You wouldn't
temporary.
actually want to dye your beard.
Yeah, like obviously not like the real dye where it like stays for a long time. You know, just like a couple days dye, you know?
I think that sounds fun.
I think we all should maybe do that for Christmas.
We all, instead of dressing up in ugly Christmas sweaters, we all dress as Santa.
Yeah, you guys
Yes.
be Santas. I'm going to be Mrs. Claus.
That'd be
But
so
Mrs. Claus is
awesome.
not
You
showing
can
up
be
that
Santa
day.
too.
I don't want to be
We
Santa.
could all be
It's
Santa.
progressive.
Progressive. You could dye your beard. I could dye my mustache. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be the best Christmas
Yeah.
All right, you
ever.
guys work on that. Sounds like a great
Santa
plan.
stash.
That'll be so much fun for you
Yeah,
two.
it's perfect. I love it. Work with it. Run with it.
Well, it sounds like a fine show that I lived through.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It was fine.
You guys will enjoy it.
Mighty fine.
Make sure you say hi to it, RadioU Official and RadioU Official on Instagram and TikTok. You have extra things that you can watch there. But otherwise, have a wonderful weekend, and thank you guys for listening.
We'll catch you next time.
Bye.
Everything you love about the riot, plus a handy-dandy fast-forward option. This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
I don't know if your internet is the same as mine, Nikki.
What is
but
it?
I've seen this story going around so much.
You know why?
Why is that?
This is like the nice filler story.
Oh, yeah?
When there's been so many other not nice stories in the news recently. This one, they're like, oh my gosh, it's not about controversy. It doesn't have anything mean in it.
Yeah.
They're helping
Not
it.
that we know of yet.
I know. Actually,
Just
you're
wait.
right. It could be
Just
a lie.
wait until we find out that the cotton candy lobster is racist.
And it's so cute. This cotton candy lobster, it's like a bluish color.
Yeah.
It looks like it is made out of candy.
Yeah.
It's amazing looking.
All I want to know is, does it taste like cotton candy?
I don't think so. You mean like the grapes?
Yeah, right?
It's a cotton candy lobster. It's a hybrid. It's fine.
It's named because of the color of it, although unfortunately it's just going to taste like a regular lobster. But it was caught in Maine by a lobster man named Bill Coppersmith, which I love just the idea of.
A lobster man?
Yeah, just being like, what do you do? I'm a lobster man.
I need to be a friend with him.
Yeah.
I know
He'd
him.
get you the hookup, right?
Yeah.
So I used to have friends that were, living in rural Maryland, that were farmers, and so you could just get like a really good deal when they slaughtered their cows or their pigs or whatever. But imagine if you had a lobster man friend.
Oh,
or
I'd
a
be
lobster
like,
woman.
Bring me the blue lobster.
Yeah. I don't care what it looks like. Just bring me the lobster.
No, actually, I don't think I would want to eat it because it does look cute, but it also does look like it's not getting enough oxygen.
Oh, yeah.
So it would be a hard one to eat, but you're not supposed to eat them because the blue lobsters are so rare.
Yeah.
It's a 1 in a 2 million chance to find this lobster.
Yeah.
And there's a yellow lobster out there. That's 1 in a 30 million chance.
Mm-hmm.
And the rarest lobster to find.
It's like you're opening blind bags or something,
exactly.
Like,
the gotcha balls and stuff.
Yeah, right.
The rarest find is if you find a white lobster. That's 1 in 100 million chance.
Wow, that's crazy. Well, what is the cotton candy lobster? What does that sound like to you?
What do you mean?
Like,
sounds like dinner.
No,
Delicious.
I think it sounds like
The little butter.
It could be a band name, but I think it sounds like a cotton candy lobster. Hey, everyone, we're Cotton Candy Lobster. We're going to play a few songs for you.
Oh, I'm sorry. That feels like a cover band.
You think?
It does.
I don't know what they would be covering. Cotton Candy Lobster. Does it sound like an indie movie?
Sure.
But it has there's no lobsters in the movie.
Oh, no, but it's about love.
It's a young child growing up and his parents get divorced. And that's all that happens. That's the whole movie.
That's it.
It's called Cotton Candy Lobster for some
Perfect.
reason.
Hold on to that idea because that can make you millions. Because it's so rare, he has pledged that they're not going to eat it.
Oh, good.
And they're working, he says, with a local company to make sure it has a safe place to stay at, which it did. That was called the ocean. But they want to put him in a safer spot since he's such a rare blue lobster.
They should throw him back so that somebody else can catch him one day.
Well, that's what they're actually trying to keep from happening because maybe someone who does catch him wouldn't be so nice. And he's so rare. So I guess if you're rare, you don't get to get eaten.
You just got to put it out like, some places have pictures on the wall, do not serve this person or something like that. You go to a bad bar. So you put a picture on all the lobster boats. Do not eat this lobster.
No, I could see Red Lobster buying it, and then he's never allowed to be chosen, but he lives a life in a tank.
Oh, yeah, that's sad.
Let's give him a better life than that.
All the other lobsters are reading this news, and they're like frantically painting themselves cotton candy. Quick, guys. Quick, it's our only hope.
They're taking cotton candy, and they're just rubbing it all over it while it just disintegrates.
And it keeps dissolving. Oh, man. Well, we turned this into a sad story, but it was so happy.
Yeah, the only thing true out of that whole thing was that the guy did get it. It is rare, and it's somewhere safe.
If you're looking for hot takes on the day's most important news stories, you're in the wrong place. You're listening to The Riot on RadioU.
You know what today is?
Today's Friday.
It's Friday, but it's a special Friday. Some might argue it's the first real day of the holiday season.
Oh, is it
Some might say that.
Is it the Rock Ryan Reynolds movie?
Oh, that's out today.
On Netflix?
No, I wasn't even thinking about that.
No one is.
No. I was thinking about another streaming service.
What else?
That arguably gives you a much better bang for your buck. That would be Disney Plus.
Oh, is something coming out?
Well, today's Disney Plus Day.
Oh, it is.
It's Disney Plus Day. Happy Disney Plus Day, everyone. Who has the champagne?
What do we do with that?
Well, you stream You stream until you can't stream anymore.
I'm opening the app to see if they have a banner or something.
Yeah. What was supposed to come out today? Shang-Chi is out.
It's on there.
Oh, yeah. There's another bigger release, but then the third one is Jungle Cruise.
Oh, that one too?
Yeah, maybe I'll watch that this weekend.
So you have Celebrate Disney Plus Day, Jungle Cruise, Olaf Presents, Shang-Chi.
Olaf Presents Shang-Chi. Got it.
Okay, so Home Sweet Home Alone is out today?
It is out today. And,
no offense, but it just does not look like.
No, it's offense. The review embargo, I don't know if you noticed, Home Sweet Home Alone, it was always coming out today.
Yeah.
And yet, how much did you hear about it the last couple weeks?
Nothing.
Not a lot, huh?
Maybe they just knew why bother with Nikki.
Yeah.
Don't send her anything.
They knew why bother with anyone. If you notice, the review embargo was not lifted. No reviews started coming out until yesterday. And that's not a good sign.
Hey, did you ever watch Jeff Goldblum's show on Disney?
I watched some of it. Yeah, I liked it.
The World According to Jeff Goldblum. That's actually a really good show. That's showing up as a banner. Does that mean there's new season?
Episodes?
Must
Hey,
be.
that's
Very
an
cool.
idea.
I'll watch that.
That was the first thing I watched on Disney Plus.
Oh, yeah, when you were trying to find something.
Yeah, when I first got it. But the Home Sweet Home Alone reviews have come out starting yesterday. And like I said, when they don't start coming out until the day before the movie comes out, that means it's not good.
Oh, these are not great
they
reviews.
They are not good. The Rotten Tomatoes score, it has a 21% on the tomato meter. It has a 12% audience score. Now, granted, neither one is a ton of reviews. It's both less than 50, but still, that's not boding well. And then you look at some of the headlines from the reviews, and they are rough.
I guess I forgot. Is it a show or is it a movie?
It's a movie.
It is?
It's a real... I think you can go see it in theaters, too.
Hudson, it's 1 hour and 35 minutes.
That's too long, isn't it?
Well, no, I feel like that's too short.
No, you do? No. I
thought it was going to be longer.
It's a kid's movie. It should be shorter. Kids don't have that kind of attention span.
We don't
They
have
want to
that
watch
type.
TikToks.
Well, I guess if you look at the original Home Alone, it's only 1 hour and 43 minutes.
Yeah. That's what we're all going to be doing is looking at the original Home Alone and not
going
this
and watching
one.
that.
Yeah. Actually, the person who wrote this one is like, why don't... Okay, when you reissue, reboot, keep redoing stuff with movies that are for adults, adults understand that the old movies are old, and so they need them updated. But for children... for Home Alone, you could just show your kids Home Alone, the first one.
They wouldn't even know.
And for all they know, it could have come out a couple years ago. I mean, they don't even care. What do they care when it was released?
I know. They
haven't been poisoned by the world yet.
They want to make something that would then give them more movies and more, merchandise and more press and stuff. The problem is when you make something for streaming, it has a different look. And it has a look.
And just a quality to it. I mean,
the writing is different.
I kind of think
it's different.
When they were originally making this, I thought they were intending to put it on Disney Plus for sure, but also do more theater with it. And they're definitely not.
It doesn't come off as like a movie. It comes off as a
pathetic attempt.
That's going to be a little rougher than I was trying to say, but it just comes off as like streaming only. Wouldn't make it anywhere else. But if anybody watched it this weekend, please will you do one for the team?
Yeah.
And let us know if the Home Alone one, the Home Sweet Home Alone, is worth it. I still have not seen Jungle Cruise. Is that worth it?
Yeah.
Is Shang-Chi worth it?
Jungle Cruise is just the kind of thing you can flip on and just be fine with it. So that's why I feel like it might be coming on this weekend.
Is the Dwayne Johnson, Ryan Reynolds Netflix movie worth it? So if you guys could just watch everything this weekend and check back in on Monday.
We'll have to get reviews on those other ones. Red Notice is the Rock movie. I haven't seen reviews about that either, which tells me that maybe that one's not very good either.
They've had it at theaters here for a bit.
They have? Mm-hmm. That shows how much I'm interested in seeing it. Especially when I can just watch it for free.
You could.
I didn't go to the theaters to watch Dune. I'm sure not going to go to the theaters to watch Red Notice.
Just telling you it was there.
Hudson, Nikki, The Riot on RadioU.
Isaia, we hear that Jim is having some issues.
Yeah, you have to...
His dog.
My dog,
His
Jim.
dog.
Because every time people are like, is that your brother?
Is that your dad?
Is that your roommate?
Your uncle?
It's Jim's like, no, Jim is his dog.
My dog. Yeah, Jim, yet again, is having some problems. So I take Jim every single day to the dog park. We go after I get off work.
Of you.
We go to the dog
nice.
park every single day around 2 o'clock in the afternoon. We head straight there, and he loves the dog park. He's a super social dog. But as he's gotten older, he's gotten some bad habits. And it started this week, and I've never seen him do this before, ever in my life. But starting on Monday, and like I said, we've gone every day, the past 4 days consecutively, he is on a streak of where I take him to the dog park and he starts humping another dog every single day. And Jim is one of those dogs, too, that, like, if he wants to do something,
He's not going to stop.
it doesn't matter what you say. I can be like, Jim, no, Jim, no, Jim, no. He will just continue to do it. And after so many times, the past 4 days, every single time, I've just had to pick him up. And we've just had to leave.
Oh, no.
Because it's embarrassing for me.
Of course.
Because I've got the humping dog in here, and he already looks goofy because he's like a super long, skinny wiener dog, and he's like the smallest dog in the large dog area. And so when he comes in there, everyone's like, "Oh my gosh, he's so cute and whatnot." And then 5 minutes in, he's just doing his thing, and everybody else is laughing because he looks so goofy doing it.
No.
Like normally, if a dog's humping in there, they're like, "What the heck is that dog doing?" Like people get kind of upset.
Yeah.
When Jim does it, everybody's just laughing because he looks so goofy.
There's
And
nothing
so you're
else
so
you can
embarrassed
do.
and you leave.
Yes. And
That's
so-
the worst because it's just like, stop it.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, dude, I can only push you off of this same dog so many times, and I'm apologizing to people in there. I'm like, I'm sorry. Like, he doesn't do this. It's what I was saying early in the week. By Thursday, I was like, he does this every day.
Yeah.
Every day he does this. I don't know what his problem is. It's not me. It's him. I don't know.
He's
Well, I
developed
wonder-
a reputation.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
wonder why he has just picked this up, and I
don't know.
I'm not Googling that for you. We're not looking
No.
into that. But do you think you tell him today, like, you're not going to the dog park because of your behavior the rest of this week?
See, I would not take him, but it's just so nice because he gets so much energy out. And that's why I get mad at him every
Well,
day.
that's
Because
the energy.
Yeah, I know,
That's
right? Because we have to leave early. And I'm like, you were running around and stuff. I'm like, I'm trying to get all your energy out so that when we go home, like, you'll just chill out. So if you would stop doing this, we could hang out even longer, you know?
I like how you try to reason with your dog.
I do.
You're like, do you
doesn't
understand
work.
we could stay longer at the bark park if you just stop it?
Exactly.
Yep,
Yesterday, we got in the car. I put him in the back seat, and I was like, Jim, you're embarrassing me. I was like, you're literally embarrassing me. It's just me and him in the car. I'm just like, been doing this every single day. I'm like, you're embarrassing me out in front of people. I have to pick you up and carry you out. I was like, this is a bad look for us, Jim. That's a bad look.
Pretty soon you're going to have to go to another bark park.
Exactly. And the
Yeah.
other thing that's good is because I come at the same time every day, but nobody else is like as frequent as we are.
Oh, yeah.
And so we haven't had any like run-ins
Repeats?
where any repeats yet.
Yeah.
So once we have a repeat, we got to get a new
That's
dog
it.
park.
Yeah.
Why don't
gotta
you
find
take
a new
him?
one.
Maybe he should go in the smaller doggy park.
Yeah, I
What?
feel like that'd be even worse.
That sounds like a really bad
No,
idea.
because maybe he's doing this to try to intimidate because
could be.
he is the smallest dog
Maybe.
in that
Could be.
park. So maybe he's feeling scared and threatened.
Yes.
And so maybe if he was in the smaller dog park or you start him off there, maybe he won't feel that way.
Yeah, because he's definitely the smallest dog in there. The weird thing is he's the smallest dog, but it's not like his body. It's just his shortness. Like his height is the only thing keeping him from being the same size as everybody else
Sure.
because he has such little legs. Because his body is the same size as everyone. He's just shorter, which makes it that much funnier whenever he's doing this. We get tons of comments. Everyone's like, you're too short to ride that ride, buddy. And it's like, girls don't like short guys. Like all these jokes, everybody's cracking. And my face is all red. I'm like chasing him around this huge dog park, trying to push him off dogs. And I look like a crazy person who can't control my dog, which is accurate.
Yeah,
No.
I guess you are, huh?
Jim has these things that he's working through.
There's just so many behavior problems. It's actually unreal.
You get one taken care of, and he
someone
finds a new
else-
one.
It's another
Yeah.
one. It's one thing after that. I'm like, oh, he won't stop peeing in the house. And I'm like, oh, he won't stop humping other dogs. It's every morning I come in here and I'm like, well, Jim did this, Jim did that. And it's just terrible.
You've
My
gotta
favorite is still
find.
when he poops in the bed.
Oh my gosh. And the other thing is, I was gonna say this morning too, is I think Jim knows when I'm running behind in the morning, because if I'm running behind, he just decides, you know what, since we're running behind, I'm just gonna pee inside this morning. Just give him another thing to do, which is what happened today. Literally this morning, I get in this, we do the same routine every day. I get in the shower. He hangs out in my bedroom while I'm like getting ready and stuff. I come in. I feed him like super early in the morning. I let him out, bring him back in, and I leave. Same thing every day. I get in the shower today, go get his food, get dressed. I come back in there. And the worst part was I didn't even know. I give him his food. I'm like, oh, Jim, good boy, bud. Go ahead and eat. No. I round the corner. I am fully dressed, sock. Just straight in urine. I'm that guy, change the sock. My foot's all wet. I didn't have the time. I didn't have the time to wash my foot, so my shoe probably smells terrible. So that was just another great thing about me this morning.
God.
You know, Jim loves you.
I know.
He does. I think he's like,
he's so
let me just
great.
bug you.
He's such a good dog.
You need to replace the bad habits with. You got to find something. You know how you, if you smoke or something, you give it up. You start chewing sunflower seeds or something.
Yeah.
You got to give Jim some sunflower seeds.
I got to do something to get him off these really bad habits and just some minor ones, you know?
Right, something you can deal with.
The humping in the dog park's got to go. It's got to go. Like, we can't even show our face here in a couple weeks. Like, we won't be able to go.
Well, that one, at least that's easy to stop. You just stop taking him to the dog
Yeah,
park.
exactly. I'm like, you know what? We just stay at home. We stay at home in the afternoon. You can be crazy here.
But then we never learn, so you got to take him out
We
got
to teach him. We got to teach him. As you can tell, I'm a great teacher so far.
Yeah.
Great dog, Dad.
Nailed it.
You know what? No one's blaming you. All
Yeah.
right? We're
It's
blaming
the dog.
Jim.
It's not me. Clearly, it's not me. It's just him.
This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
Of course, we all know that this holiday season, hoop-de-doo, we run the risk.
Every time you say holiday season, you're trying to indoctrinate us
I am.
by saying hoop-de-doo.
It's like subliminal messaging that every time somebody says holidays, you're going to think
Hoop-de-doo. Great.
We all know that there is potential supply chain issues where there might be shortages and it might be harder to get things that you need on your wish list. And that includes Santa himself.
Uh-oh.
There is a shortage of Santas in 2021.
Really?
Yeah.
Why are they saying?
Because
Santas don't want to even work? Is that it?
Santa's getting too much money to sit around and do nothing all year.
And just
so
hang
why is he
out.
going to come out and work at the mall?
Actually, no, they are saying that, labor shortage is a part of it, especially with the typical Santa age.
Yeah.
And they're saying that fears of still an older individual catching COVID, or at this point, just catching whatever, is keeping older men not wanting to help with Santa.
Yeah, because even if you're vaccinated, which, especially for the age range of Santas, they are generally going to be. But even if you're vaccinated, you're still having a better chance of getting COVID or having complications with COVID, because of course you can still catch it if you're vaccinated. But if you're heavier set
they're
and
saying
you're older,
heavier set.
yeah,
oh, no, which is what Santa.
That is Santa.
Yeah, they don't want to risk the exposure, so maybe it'll be younger, skinnier Santas.
Yeah. Why not, right?
And you can just make the costume have, more padding.
Yeah.
They're saying it's harder to find qualified candidates, which makes qualified candidates be older and heavier.
And also probably means that are willing to go through a background check.
No.
Since they're dealing with kids.
True. That is true.
Yeah.
They say only around half of Santa events are offering social distancing this time. But they do say that booking Santas are in higher demand this year, but they're just really struggling with staffing shortages.
I see one customer that says she is willing to, quote, willing to pay anything to secure a Santa for her holiday event.
Oh, for her event?
Yeah.
Well, dude,
define
get on
anything.
Out there. You guys can make some extra money.
I'm ready. I could be Santa, right?
You try your Santa.
I'm getting the belly. It's coming along.
Your beard's
I've
fine.
already got a beard, but
You're just
we
not
can cover
old.
that up anyways.
Yeah.
You put a bit of makeup on. You put the hat and the beard on. You can't even tell.
Well, let me hear your Santa.
Ho, ho, ho.
Actually, that's quite warm. That's good.
Is that Santa or Daddy Pig from Peppa?
I was going to say it feels very Santa-ish.
Yeah, it does. Who do you think is the best movie Santa?
Boy, that's
On
a good
that
question. Oh gosh. I don't know. You asked too fast. I'm going to have to go through.
We need to think about this. Why don't we put a pin in that?
Okay.
And people can text in.
Come back later.
8772 RadioU. What is the best movie portrayal of Santa? The best actor to do it? Mm-hmm. We want to know.
You can see if the actor's not doing anything.
Yeah.
And maybe they can come back out.
If you're willing to pay anything,
then you can find someone.
Paul Giamatti might do it for you.
If you missed out on the next Riot moment when it originally aired, you don't know how lucky you are. You're listening to the Worst of the Riot podcast.
What is the best movie Santa? And Isaiah, do you have thoughts? Or you just wandered in here? I thought you really had something to say.
You know, I was just sitting down because I know I'm about to be up for the next segment, and then you pull me on here, and Santa is one of my favorites.
Yeah, but which one? Which one playing
Obviously,
Santa?
Isaiah was not listening until just now.
Actually, my favorite Santa is when the Grinch dressed up as Santa. That was my favorite Santa, just because of his outfit. When Jim Carrey rocked that, he made his own Santa outfit. That was probably one of my favorites.
Well, Grace says the Santa from Elf, which was
Ed Asner.
Yeah,
when you think about Santa, he is probably the one that comes to mind first for me. Mm-hmm. But that's just because I've seen Elf so many times.
And then everybody else said, which we haven't seen, Miracle on 34th Street, because that's a super old one.
It's actually
Everyone
not.
else said. What do you mean it's not?
Not super old. I thought it was from like the 30s.
Is it the 60s?
It's the 1994 version is the one.
That's the one?
At least, okay, I guess there's multiple versions, but some people are texting and saying Richard Attenborough. He's from the 1994 version. I don't know who played. They're not specifying because there is another version that's really, really like black and white old.
Oh, I thought that's what people were meaning, but maybe not.
Yeah, I thought so too, but I saw that when whoever it was that texted in about Richard Attenborough.
Chad did.
Chad, so he's saying the 1994 version.
Now, Janet and Jeff are just saying Miracle on 34th Street. Oh, they're saying the old one.
The old one.
The old one.
Definitely haven't seen that.
Me either.
Have no idea.
Janet says Edmund Gwynn is in the old version.
Oh, yeah, Edmund Gwynn.
I have no idea who that is.
Love Edmund Gwynn.
One of my favorites, actually.
Yeah. Guys, we're just supposed to pretend that we know,
I know.
okay?
You're right.
We don't, but we could pretend. Let's see, Kurt Russell. Oh, Zach said that. So that would be
That's the Christmas Chronicles.
The Netflix one.
Yeah, never seen that either.
David, good one on this. Tim Allen.
I was about to say the Santa Claus, Tim Allen. That's what I was about to say. That's like another one that I like picture when you say it.
Yeah.
That's one of the ones that comes to my mind.
And Tim also said Tim Allen, too.
Oh, yeah. Is that Tim Allen himself?
Yeah. He's like, Tim Allen. It's okay.
And then Mike said Tim Allen, too. So between those, like the Santa Claus movies, the Miracle on 34th stuff, and Elf seems to be the Santas that everybody likes the most.
Yeah, it sounds like it. My favorite is probably the Elf one, although my joke answer is Billy Bob Thornton.
Oh, my gosh.
Bad Santa.
I don't feel like that's the same style.
No,
it's a little different, I would say.
Very different.
Yeah, but thank you for adding that in.
Yes.
To all the other ones that we have.
Yeah, but he wasn't actually, it's not a spoiler, but he wasn't even actually Santa.
No.
Stop, I haven't seen it.
I know. Oh my gosh, this Christmas, it was going to be the year.
I know, I would have watched
Have
it.
you ever dressed up as Santa, Hudson?
Not fully. I think I've worn the hat.
Well, everybody's worn the hat.
Yeah, that's as far as I've gone. I don't think I've put on a Santa beard before.
I didn't know. I didn't know if you grew the beard out and dyed the beard.
It's been long, but not Santa long and not Santa colored either.
Hey, Hudson, you have had Santa long beard.
Yeah, I've seen some pictures where it looks pretty similar.
I don't know if you just didn't know that.
This is the year.
Well, Santa is usually less scraggly.
Yeah. Stacy said the Santa and the claymation Santa from Rudolph and the Red-Nosed
Oh,
Reindeer.
yeah.
That's a good one. He's
That
a good
one's
singer,
good.
too. Jingle, jingle, jingle. You can hear my sleigh bells ring.
You can do anybody.
I don't think we can make it through a show
No,
without
that.
at least one. At least once.
You know how they bring back...
You sound like Will Ferrell when he sings.
Yes.
One of those, like
Robert Goulet.
Yes.
You can do it.
Please.
You can do it.
Robert Goulet.
I need
Papa. I love it when you call me Big Papa.
Thank you, Hudson. Thank you so much. Jen just texted in and said A Christmas Story, the Santa from that.
I don't like
thanks,
anything
guys.
about that.
We'll end then on that one. But you guys can text in too if you have a favorite Santa.
Yeah, this is fun. It's November 12th. And
You know what made it more fun? Is
What's
your
that?
last
My
Robert
singing?
Goulet.
Yes, the Robert Goulet.
Nature. That's why I come up here.
Thanks.
The Riot promise is that they'll always have an opinion on everything they talk about. But that doesn't mean any of their opinions will make sense. This is The Riot on Radio U.
You know what Friday means? It means it's almost football time.
That's right. We're ready.
Yeah,
We
we
are
got
ready.
a big weekend of games.
It's almost
Isaiah.
football time.
Isaiah's excited.
I'm also in here. I didn't know if you guys knew that was me or one of them.
Part of his, when we brought him in, we thought, hey, he's really bringing his woo game. So
Yeah.
he's good at it.
I did that multiple times in like the interview process. They're like, "Can you woo?" I was like, "Can I woo?" Heck yeah, I can woo.
Get ready.
You won't hear a better woo.
That was a requirement for the job. So, Isaiah, you're a football expert. And so here's a question I have for you.
Yes.
When we come back on Monday in the NFL and college each, what is going to be the big story from football that we're going to be going?
That's a
Trying
good
to
question.
This is the big thing that happened.
That's crazy. That's a good question. I think that this is the week that one of the big boys goes down in college football.
You think?
I think this is the week. I think there's a lot of trap games this weekend. We had talked a little bit about how we both think Tennessee has a good shot at Georgia, which now it sounds crazy. It sounds crazy.
But if we
I'm
both
telling
think it,
you,
there's no way, right?
yeah, exactly. I mean, we obviously have to be right.
I had Isaiah tell me, like, what's a trap game? And that's where you kind of, well, let me see if I get it right.
Let's see. Does she listen to me when I talk? We'll find out.
Meaning, like, you would assume that one team, the better team, would probably win without an issue, but it's one of those other schools where they could come in and just really beat the
A lot
bigger
of
team,
times.
and you think that you had it all planned out, but they ruined the whole season.
You would
She
never
does listen. Very good.
You would never expect Georgia to lose to Tennessee. It doesn't apply as much in this situation, but a lot of times it's where you have another big game the following week, so you're looking ahead. You're not really focused. But for Georgia, they've just had so many, where they just cruise through that they almost are sleepwalking. Kind of what people have said with Cincinnati, too, where they should be winning their games by a lot more. Georgia is winning their games by a lot, but eventually you just get bored of winning by so much and of not getting challenged. Tennessee has a very high-powered offense, so they can at least try to give Georgia some trouble with their great defense. And then Georgia, I've never thought, it's not like their offense is amazing. So if they get down a little bit, or Tennessee comes out and can make a game out of it, and it can be close, and Georgia's on the road, so it could be. If you're a Bulldog fan, you might be getting a little nervous on Saturday night.
I think another one too. This is a big trap game, like you were describing, like a big game coming up, because everybody's been talking about like Ohio State plays Michigan. They're both ranked very high. That could determine who gets in the college football playoff. But this week, Michigan plays Penn State on the road, which hasn't really been talked about all that much. Penn State's a good football team. They're ranked like 23 right now. Obviously, they've had some losses as of recent, but they're still a good football team. They have a really experienced quarterback in Sean Clifford. So I think that's a trap game because it's never easy winning at Penn State. And Michigan, I feel like is just they're so ready to get to the Ohio State game. They're already halfway there. Like, we want to play Ohio State. We want to beat Ohio State.
So their mind is not in this game.
The Penn State. This is a big game right now, and it's not really getting hyped up all that much. But at Penn State's never easy. I think Notre Dame against Virginia, that's a trap game as well. Virginia's been playing good this year. They have a good record, and Notre Dame has kind of been skating by a little bit.
Yeah.
And they're still in the skirts of, they're ranked 7 right now. They're still kind of almost on the outside of the college football playoff. If things line up, they could still make their way into if they could get a couple wins in a row. But I think this might be the week that they get brushed aside.
And in the NFL, we can all agree that on Monday we're going to be talking about Aaron Rodgers returning after not being able to practice all week.
He's back.
He should be. We still won't find out till tomorrow. But for all intents and purposes, everybody believes he should be back, and he's going to show Russell Wilson what a real quarterback can do.
I hope so. My fantasy team will appreciate if you would just play. If you would just play, I'd be so happy.
Our interests are aligned.
Yes.
That's all we can ask for here.
Give me some points here.
So
This is getting ridiculous.
We'll all come back on Monday and let's see how everything went.
How our predictions went. Probably terribly.
Yes. We're going to come back and be like, well, we did okay. We'll try again this week.
We were the trap.
Yeah, exactly. We were the trap.
We were looking ahead
You
too
guys
much.
are being trapped listening to us.
Welcome to The Riot, where you listen to us and that's it. It's pretty much a one-way street. The Riot. Radio U.
Nikki, do you remember Movie Pass?
I do. Like, that was a lot of drama. I feel like that was maybe a few years ago.
It was 2018 looks like the year when we had the Movie Pass boom.
Yeah.
Because it originally launched in 2017. That was one movie per day for $30 to $40 per month. But then in 2018, they switched to $9.95 a month, and you can go to as many movies as you wanted.
Well, it was still one a day, wasn't it?
Maybe, but you could go. I mean, I don't know.
You could stay there.
Let me put it this way: it might have been one a day, but you could find a way around that. Or because even it was a long time ago, but I remember me and my wife. We had one
Living
subscription and we somehow still wound up. I can't remember if we just paid outright for a ticket when we would go and for one of us and just had one subscription, or if we found a way to get 2 tickets to the same movie on the same day, but different. I don't know. We figured it out, right?
Well, it was too
and that
good.
was the problem. We were taking advantage of the system that was never going to last.
And everybody else was like, it was too good to be true. It was too many movies, not enough, like money coming in for it. And so Movie Pass then started changing up. Then they wouldn't let you into certain movies. Then they just could not. The business model could not work.
It really lasted less than, in its heyday, it was less than a year. It was one brief shining summer.
And people had a lot of hate towards it because they were still charging.
Yeah.
A lot of people bought
got very
the year
shady.
of it.
I guess
and
after we all took advantage of it to the nth degree, then they started taking advantage of everybody. So yeah, it was. I remember just being difficult to cancel and stuff like this. But hey,
there's no way they're coming back.
Oh, they're coming back.
They can't.
They're back, baby.
That's a scam at this point. Like that has a lot of negative feelings around the name Movie Pass.
Yeah,
if they do want to come back, they need to change that up.
There's a lot of positive feelings about it, though.
Well, that's because
Did you have a Movie Pass?
No, I lived through you guys who had them.
It was if you didn't have it, you don't understand how. And sometimes you're in a relationship and you'll put up with some really bad times when the really good times are really good. And that was Movie Pass, the really good times, baby.
Well, now you can go through all the bad times.
There was so many movies.
They had lawsuits. They had FTC complaints. So they.
Yeah, I was looking at that.
It was a lot.
I was wondering, it says they reached a settlement. I had Movie Pass. Where's my part of the settlement?
Oh, you get $1 back.
I haven't even gotten that. I'll take it.
That.
I'll take it, but I haven't seen that or even been notified.
So it looks like someone has acquired the assets of Movie Pass.
Stacy Spikes.
In a bankruptcy proceeding, and now he's looking to relaunch it.
Thank you very much.
And he says he's looking to relaunch.
Stacy
is a he.
Stacy is a he?
Is a he.
Everything about this is turning my world upside down.
So they're looking to relaunch Movie Pass next year with new financial backers.
Stacy Spikes. Look at that. I apologize. I just wanted I always want to empower women whenever I see them and, doing business stuff.
Sure.
And so I wanted to give them give her a credit where it's due, but it's not her at all.
Dude, don't you even know in business they're even taking the name? It's fine.
Yeah, that's right. He's probably, you know what? He's probably benefited off of that name, right?
Could be, I don't know.
We got to promote a woman. Who's that? Stacy Spikes. We'll go with her.
So they say they're thrilled to have the name Movie Pass back and the possibility of relaunching soon. They say that because, I think this is a lie. They say because of the continued interest from the movie-going community and they wanting Movie Pass back, that they want to reclaim the brand, do it right, and start over again.
Man, I know they all say that. And again, I'm telling you that the great times of Movie Pass were really great times. But trying to bring it back in this time, there's no way they can do it cheap enough. There was never a way they could do it cheap enough to actually make sense.
Couldn't work.
And now the way things have changed with streaming, it's so much harder for even if you have to raise the price at all. If you're talking $15, if you're talking $20 a month, it still would be a great deal. But the thing is, you can watch so many movies on just streaming anyways. There's not enough in theaters.
Yes,
for
that's a good
most
point.
people, I think, to get us out there. And I know it's like, well, if you get a good deal, you'd go more often.
There's not movies to see.
I don't know if we really would.
So Stacy has said that there's a new website, iwantmoviepass.com, that you're invited to visit to sign up with your email. So at least they can sell that for money.
Yeah.
To get notified when the resurrected Movie Pass returns.
Man, I'm interested. I'll keep an eye on it. If somehow they go back to $9.95 a month, I'll give it a shot. That's a $10 I'm willing to risk right there.
It'll fail again.
Yeah.
But that's fine. That's no problem.
Worst of the Riot podcast.
Oh, you want us to go to Facebook?
Yeah, then you can watch.
Okay, boomer.
Okay, Hudson.
Are you? Facebook is such a boomer thing.
Well, I mean, yeah, but even to say boomer anymore.
Yeah,
would
actually,
be a boomer thing too.
I have a survey here. The reason I bring that up, because that is never something I would say.
Sure.
I would never say, okay, boomer.
No, it's not your style.
No, it's totally not. But I have a survey here about the most used slang, who uses all kinds of slang statistics. And okay boomer is defined or came in as the number one most annoying slang term, according to this survey.
Yeah, that works.
Well, they must have surveyed a lot of boomers.
Well, they know it themselves.
It
mean, sometimes when you use something that maybe was the it thing for a while.
Yeah. Do you think, though, because okay boomer, unsurprisingly, they have it broken down by like generation. Mm-hmm. Okay boomer is the most annoying to the baby boomer generation. Actually, no, it's not. I should explain. Mansplain was the most annoying to boomers. So they're not even that annoyed by okay boomer, although it came in as the worst among everybody. But I was going to say, do you think okay boomer is more annoying to people who actually are boomers or people who aren't boomers? Baby boomers would be like what? They were born before the 60s and earlier?
Baby boomer.
Or maybe a little older, a little younger.
Let's see. Oh, gosh. Following the silent generation. What
is that?
And preceding Generation X.
I like the silent generation.
Okay, I'll look that up in a moment. Generations generally defined as people born from 1946 to 1964 during post-World War II baby boom.
Right.
Okay, now I'm looking up silent generation. Is that because they had like silent TV or something? Or?
I don't think so.
Maybe if it is. Okay, the silent generation following the greatest generation. What's that?
How can we ever compete with the greatest generation?
And preceding baby boomers, generally defined as people born from 1928 to 1945. I wonder why,
You act like people are... You sound like you're surprised people were born then.
No,
people
I know.
People were born in 1928?
No, I'm more surprised, like, just to see, like, what makes the group of it.
But
why.
Why is it called the silent generation is what I want to know.
Those born because they were raised during a period of war and economic depression.
So they were silenced by their circumstances.
They say the label reflected the counterculture of a rebellious generation, distrustful of the establishment.
See, I told you I like the silent generation.
Yeah, that's right.
We should not go back, but we should have a new silent generation.
Bring that term back.
Yeah, well, okay, silent.
Works.
Yeah.
It works.
But anyway, what I was saying was I bet you sometimes, because I kind of find this, nobody's ever said okay boomer to me, but I feel like I would be more annoyed by it if somebody said it to me, even though I'm clearly not a boomer.
Sure.
Because I'm clearly not a boomer.
But that's why you would say it to people.
A really sick burn if they got me.
That sick burn also falls under the category, guys.
That's one of the bad ones. The top 10 most annoying... let's see. So, okay, boomer was number 1. Bae was number 2.
Yeah.
Bye Felicia was number 3. And by the way, Gen Z and millennials both hate Bye Felicia. I think because that's old. You know, like
sure.
that's
older
come
one.
and gone. That's like saying groovy. On Fleek was number 4.
That's old.
Woke was number 5. But the funny thing was, get this, Nikki. Baby boomers use woke more than any other generation.
The slang term?
They say woke more than any other.
Well, they like it. When you latch onto something, I guess it's fine, and they don't mind that it's not something used as much anymore.
I feel that they use that so much because they don't like it. Yeah, right?
So maybe that's just translated into
there's a lot of probably like old people that write for the New York Times, and they think that's cool to say woke, and Aaron Rodgers. And again, it seems to be people that are against wokeness that use the word woke. So it's nice that they can just all unite, find something that ties them together.
So other popular slang by generation, Z gets low key, millennial, salty, Gen X, ghosted, and baby boomer woke.
Yeah. So there you have it. I just feel it's better to steer clear of the slang terms. Yeah, because if you anything that one person might think is cool, another might think is really annoying, as evidenced by this survey. So if you just talk normally, nobody can be annoyed, right?
Perfect plan.
Yeah, I think it's working for me. Nobody's annoyed, right?
All you say is the Christmas thing.
You just oh, hoop-de-doo. That's my favorite
all you
slang.
do. That's
yeah.
yours.
Nobody can hate that.
The Riot Podcast. RadioU. It's time for a Riot food fight.
It's food fight time on The Riot on Radio U. You can join us on the
again?
Facebook page.
Yeah.
Right?
Back to back, baby.
We have had so many holiday food fight items. So thank you guys for always suggesting the things that you think we should try. Yesterday we tried the Christmas tree ice cream from Little Debbie. Mm-hmm. And what better way to follow it up with something with Kit Kat and gingerbread.
I was thinking, doing this now, it's like playing another football game the day after the Super Bowl. You know?
Yes, literally it is.
You're
so
right, because
good.
that ice cream yesterday was one of the best ice creams that we've ever had.
It was hyped up, and it was so good.
What's
and
funny,
it lived up to the hype.
when you do these food fights, you always, I guess you get desensitized to where eventually it's like, it's okay. But most of the stuff we just think is okay because most stuff is just okay.
Yeah.
But then when you always have a little hope of, wow, what if this is really great?
Well, that
actually panned out yesterday. But what are the odds of it happening twice in a row?
This is a Kit Kat gingerbread cookie, and it's comes in their little miniature ones.
It's very cute if you look at the packaging.
Super, super cute. It's got a little gingerbread guy on there. What do we think about gingerbread, the flavor, though?
Not a big fan.
I'm not too, like, this right here isn't really, I'm not too hyped up for it. I'm not expecting much.
I think these actually will probably be better than a gingerbread cookie, though.
Yeah, but gingerbread cookies, does anybody go for those?
I gotta be in the right mood. If you get me in the right mood, you get the good. If you get good icing on it, then I can go for it. But I gotta be in that mood.
Yeah, you gotta smell this.
Get in the mood right now because it's now.
Here we go. We're running it now.
So smelly. Oh, I think it smells good.
No,
there's a lot of gingerbread right there.
I don't even just.
I like the smell.
It smells like caramel to me.
I like it.
Well, good. I hope you love it.
Yeah. It was so good, Hudson. I hope you love it.
Yeah. I hope I
you
do.
take the bag home. Why don't you?
Yeah.
All right. So the food fight item today, the Kit Kat gingerbread cookie.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
It has some gingerbread flavor to it.
You know what?
It's
pretty good.
It's not as strong as I thought. Like I think the chocolate around it really helps.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty spot on gingerbread. If you like gingerbread, you'll like it.
It just reminds me, I don't like gingerbread as much.
Yes.
I'd rather have a sugar cookie Kit Kat.
I think this is pretty good. These are going to be in the break room.
You're going to eat them?
They're going to tempt me. I'm not going to eat like a whole handful of them, but I'll come back every day. I'll have a gingerbread Kit Kat or two.
I think it helps that it's a miniature one, so that way it's
easier to get through.
Overwhelming to get through.
This one, this will be my last one.
Okay.
You think?
Yeah.
I have one in my hand, and I'm going to throw it back to the bag.
Yes.
But they're not bad.
It's not bad.
That way, it's not bad. It's if you really like gingerbread, I think you'd really like it.
Yeah, I think it's pretty good.
Guys, you know what?
I think I like it the most of anybody.
It's just not. It's just not.
We shouldn't have done it today. We should have waited until next week. We're just still in love with the Little Debbie Christmas tree ice cream from yesterday. Nothing else could even come close.
What if you dipped this in the Little Debbie Christmas
It'd make
tree
it
cake?
so much better.
It would.
Yeah.
I think if you dipped anything in there.
I know, it'd be so much
I'd be like, oh my gosh, this is incredible.
Isaiah would eat a green bean if you put it in there.
Oh, no, let's not get crazy.
You go home, you're like, why are you putting carrots in? It's like, it's ice cream. It's
ice
fine.
cream, you know? It's just
how he
hyping
gets
it up a little.
It's how he's getting his nutrients.
Getting my vegetables.
Yeah.
So these gingerbread cookies, Kit Kats, they're good. It's just,
I
it's
give it
all right.
They got the gingerbread flavor, though. Like, if you gave that to me and I took a bite out of it, I would get the gingerbread, which a lot of things that we try don't always get the flavor to where if you didn't tell me, I wouldn't know what it is. But they got the flavor spot on. I'm just not a big gingerbread guy, where if you do like gingerbread, you would probably really like this.
I feel like this is if you go on a date with a really nice person, but there's just no spark. But it's still a really nice time.
It was a nice time, but it's just not what we want it to be.
You've made it all the way to the end of the Worst of the Riot. This show only exists because of support from listeners like you. Find out more and help out at RadioU.com/donate.